Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, wrestling fans, and sports entertainment fans, welcome to the No Shave Man Cave. I'm Ellie Jair.
And I'm the one and only Jay Tilly.
The one. Dude, that graphic. Pops.
We need to get you hooked up so you could do it.
Seriously, I need to get something popping. And what is popping is all of the free agents are talking about doing what they're going to do. People may or may not be going to NXT, Okada, and a prior TNA World Champion, Trinity, coming back. The Royal Rumble is right around the corner. It's just down the road, dude. And wrestling, woo, 101, let's go.
Boy, there is a lot to talk about, too, because a lot of news dropped today. I was going to come on and say, hey, let's talk about Raw and everything, but Raw was Raw. So there was some good stuff come out, but I'd rather talk about
a couple of things,
a couple of other things. Like, to me, two big ones, obviously, today. The Okada story is one of them. NXT blows my mind. Why you take somebody the caliber of Okada and put him on NXT. The only thing I can think of is it's because of his schedule, and he wants a lighter work schedule. So, and that was one of the reasons people said he could lean towards AEW. So maybe moving him into that only Tuesday show, he won't have to move to the States. He'll still be able to stay in Japan and then come for, a block of 4 tapings or however they do it. So that could be part of it. Because I thought taking somebody the caliber of Okada on NXT didn't make any sense.
Slap in the face almost, it would feel like.
Yeah. But that's not even one of the biggest ones. I mean, you got The Rock. And we can call him The Rock now because he has 100% ownership of The Rock.
Yeah.
Now that he is a board of director member for TKO Holdings. Did not see that coming at all.
Nope. At all. 100%.
And I forgot what his exact title was, but that was huge. So I saw that news, and then like 5 minutes later, WWE's like, "Oh yeah, and by the way, Netflix is going to be the home of Monday Night Raw."
For 10 years.
Yep.
Billions with a B. Kudos to WWE, Triple H, TKO, everyone and their brother who was involved. That's freaking bonkers. I didn't see that coming. We had talked about like Warner Brothers and Hulu and everybody but Netflix, and for them to pop out, I think I think that's really, really cool. So that's
and wild. The implications of that are huge. So so come January 2025, so next year, you will not be able to get Raw on free TV. You're going to have to pay for Netflix, which I think most households do anyway.
Yeah.
But the other part of it was I think it was 2029, because that's when Peacock's deal runs out. Everything WWE will be on Netflix. All the pay-per-views, all this, everything. I'm like, holy cow. So by 2029, everything that you want WWE, basically Netflix will have its own WWE network is what it's going to look like. I'll have basically what Peacock has. But crazy. And I haven't seen Netflix do a live show yet. So I'm very curious. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm very curious how the first couple shows go, whether I'm sure their servers can handle it, but are they, they've never done anything live unless they're beta testing and we don't know, which could be.
Yeah.
But crazy.
Yeah. Do you remember the first couple of pay-per-views that Peacock did? And it was real janky.
Yep.
And then you couldn't rewind. You had to watch it all the way through. I think it was WrestleMania. It was either 35 or 37 when the weather rolled in, and like it was real intermittent, and there was recording, great content too, and it was so intermittent. And I was watching on my TV and on my phone, and it was totally fine on my phone, which was like totally bizarre. So, but yeah, you bring up a good point. Like, okay, so how many people are going to be watching Royal Rumble? Call it 2-3 million, right? How many people are going to watch the Super Bowl? 7-8 million, right? How many people are going to watch WrestleMania? Wow,
Yep.
like, wow. So they better get their servers ready. They better have their service teams ready. I can't remember where WrestleMania is next year. Hopefully I'll be in person and won't have to worry about what Netflix is, doing. Hopefully this becomes our annual thing.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, I'm pretty blown away. Like, you've got Monday Night Raw moving to NXT. You've got NXT moving to CW, may or may not be on Tuesday. And then you have SmackDown moving to USA, may or may not be on Friday. You've got AEW with their 3 shows, and then you have TNA signing a deal with Endeavor, and then CW informally announced the streaming of NWA Power. So,
And TNA announced today that they're in talks with a major television company. So who knows? Maybe they're going to end up on USA. Who knows? And it's just bizarre to me that Netflix is going to be the exclusive home, because that's a kind of a big deal for lower income families that aren't paying for Netflix. They are not going to have access to WWE
yeah,
anymore, which is kind of nuts. And it makes me wonder, okay, so TNA could fill that spot, and then now what's AEW going to do? They can stay on TNT and all that with the Warner Brothers deal.
I didn't even think about that.
I mean, and now it also takes the whole conversation of a Monday Night War and all that off the books. You can't talk about ratings here and there now.
Right.
I mean, I guess they can
Dude,
see how many people turn into Netflix. It's just like, it's such a paradigm shift. Almost, this is another huge one, right? So we've had AEW's creation. We've had McMahon no longer in charge. Then we had the TKO creation and Endeavor. And now this with Netflix. I'm just like, it's crazy. It's insane to see this evolution of what, growing up as a kid, we used to get up Saturday morning and watch on Fox or WGN New York or whatever. Yeah, and now that's gone.
WGN, baby.
You won't be able to do that anymore, unless AEW slides into that spot.
Right.
But the rumor is Max or Prime now. Amazon could be going after AEW. I don't know that AEW is. Actually, I had this discussion earlier today. I don't know that AEW is a household name enough to where Prime would pick it up. However, on the flip side, Amazon, the way it pushes and makes things popular, like The Boys, right? The Boys was not I read the comic book years ago, but most people hadn't. And it's one of the hottest TV shows. So I could see, Tony Khan maybe taking reaching out to Amazon and saying, hey, like, Netflix just got this, that you're trying to compete with them. Would you like our product for a discounted rate? And then now you see a big push in AEW and their banners everywhere on Amazon. Not to mention, you're watching AEW and your favorite person's in the ring, and on the bottom it pops up, would you like to buy this person's shirt? Oh yeah, I would. Boom. Just the amount of stuff that could come with that is quite interesting, because it happens on the football games now. An ad pops up. Do you want to order one of these? Oh yeah. Boop, hit a button and it orders it.
Yeah. Next thing you own, Jason Swift wait, is it Kelsey? Jason Kelsey jersey. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't
you
know.
own a Swifty jersey.
Yeah.
Those jackets are freaking flying off the shelf. Whoever made the first couple, she sold them for $87.
Wow.
And they're probably $870 now. So good for her. More jealous than anything, because you got to get in where you fit in. And just like you said, AEW, just imagine this, dude. Amazon owns MGM, and Amazon has Amazon Prime, Amazon Music. You can host every podcast on the planet on Amazon. You can tell Alexa to play the No Shave Man Cave, now you can turn around and say, hey, Amazon, play, you know, Dynamite, the play-by-play for Dynamite or something crazy.
Mm.
Dude, that would be something. Yeah, this world of ours of being untethered or whatever it is, obviously we're still tethered. I have satellite service, but there's a wire somewhere connecting something somewhere. And yeah, it's super interesting. Like you said, you went from, I got my cable box, you had one or two pay channels, Showtime and HBO, and then, fast forward to current, there's all these streaming services. And you bring up so many good points that I didn't even think about, like, determine whatever kind of income that you can or cannot afford, the $8.99 or how much ever the Netflix or Prime, or if you have the CW app, or I stream from my cable service. I have AT&T, the AT&T Universe. So I stream with my AT&T on my Verizon, which gives me Disney Plus. Now, ESPN and Disney are one family. Imagine ESPN getting in, or Disney getting in the fun of buying one of these wrestling companies. What?
And that was
So,
the rumor for a while, that they were going to go after WWE, but I could see them going after trying to get the video rights. I mean, hell, AEW's in a
yeah,
spot where now that the ink is on paper and we know where WWE's going,
yeah,
and I almost wonder if that's kind of what Tony Khan has been waiting for, because now he can go, okay, now I know where they're at. Here are the pros and cons on you hire me to be on Disney. You can play me on
yeah.
ESPN, which is still on regular cable. You can Fox, whatever. Like, he can
Hmm.
try to fill that gap that's going to be there now, I think, on your regular television.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's going to be a big void um, for people that have like that basic cable package, and then you may have the onesies and twosies that just have those intermittent streaming services and a smart TV. My son just has he has one of the smart TVs with one of the services, and I mentioned one of the other ones, and he was like, yeah, I wouldn't get that. There's nothing that I want to watch. I'm like, what? He's like, well, I'm going to come over to your house and watch football,
yeah.
so I don't need like regular cable, which is super interesting because this the current you know 19 to 29 ish generation, they're a little more frugal, and they're depending on where they are in the social scale, they're either going to go to B-dubs or they're going to go to their parents' house or a buddy's house.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, shit, come on over, man. We'll watch whatever. So
Yeah.
super interesting.
Yep. So, do you think the Netflix deal will bring more eyes to WWE, or do you think they'll lose some eyes? Because I've been thinking about that. I think it
Yeah.
could open up more people to being able to knowing it's out there. I could see, like, you're watching, Brother Son, or one of the new Netflix show. One of my favorites, Blue Eyed Samurai, and at the end it says suggested titles: WWE Monday Night Raw. Oh, I remember watching Raw when I was a kid. Let me check this out.
Yeah.
So for people that maybe have lapsed and haven't, like, I could see that being a thing. But I am very curious, like, with them coming off Fox and coming off cable TV by the end of this year, what it's going to look like for the, like, how many viewers they might lose that don't have Netflix. Now, I'm sure somebody with a
Yeah.
lot bigger brain than I has already probably gone through and figured out, like, all right, well, you have 6.7 billion people that have cable, but out of those 6.7, 6.5 of them already have Netflix. And when
Right.
WWE launches on Netflix, we're going to give them Netflix for free for 3 months or something, and they'll
Yeah.
do things to get them on. But yeah, very interesting times.
Hmm.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah. Very interesting. And you mentioned, like, if you do this, we'll do that. Are there going to be like beta groups or viewer groups or some kind of research, something or other? And they may have already done that.
Yep.
Obviously they wouldn't throw billions with a B at TKO. But I'm super interested now. We're not gonna, man. So does it matter how many people watch the product now because they're getting paid regardless?
I was wondering the same thing. Same thing.
Shit. Oh, and then we're gonna end up with the same pre AEW product. Yeah, I hope that's not the case. Yeah, I really I really hope that's not the case, man. Oh
I do too. We shall see. I think it's going to be very exciting.
Yeah,
Let us know what you guys think in the comments
heck
below.
yeah.
What do you think? If you don't have Netflix, are you going to go buy Netflix? Are you going to sign up for Netflix if you're a WWE watcher just to watch WWE on Netflix? Or have you always had Netflix and it doesn't matter to you? Let us know in the comments below. Hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our videos. We put them out at least once a week. We're actually going to record probably a couple more this week. If you haven't checked already, our 22nd of January show is out, Mental Health. Two very special guests, the Infantry from AEW and Ring of Honor. Carly Bravo and Captain Sean Dean joined us. Pretty good talks. Really talked about our military backgrounds. So check that one out. It'll probably be pinned somewhere over my face is usually over your face is the subscribe usually. Over my face is the what to watch next. So check that out.
Nice.
We'll also probably have a Raw review coming out here shortly since we didn't get to it, but we wanted to talk about this first. Check out our podcast, No Shave Man Cave, wherever you get your podcast. Like, share, subscribe, and over to you for the closing comments, my friend.
Bump and feed, bump and feed. Hey, as always, Jay Tilly, thank you for the grind that you do behind the scenes. To our guy, Mr. Allen, you are the best. Hope you're feeling better. To the friend of the show, Thunder Rosa, you're the best. Keep doing what you do. Can't wait to see you with your title back on. And as always, to our brothers and sisters at arms, thank you for what you do for this great country. Please be safe. Get back home. And until next time, my friends, my fam, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you on the floor.